Hello and welcome to BrookesTV, where we catch you up to the latest news from Oxford Brookes University and beyond. I'm Rachana Deghe.
And I'm Ines Buto. Coming up in this edition, tensions run high following Brookes course cuts.
Will changes to bylaws mean an end to cycling in parks?
And an event in Oxford sheds light on the ongoing war in Kharkiv. Only last year, Brookes announced cost-saving measures which involve numerous staff redundancies and the closure of 2 degree programmes.
Negotiations are still ongoing, but students and staff are left with a sense of uncertainty in their academic lives. Hans Hu has this report.
2 minutes of your time, 1 minute of your time. Just come and just ask us what.
A silence hangs over Oxford Brookes. Last November, the university announced cuts to staff numbers and teaching hours. Maths and music will no longer be degrees offered by Brookes from this year, meaning that after 45 years, the music department will soon be falling silent. But the silence does not end there. 48 jobs across a range of departments are still at risk, while the university is criticised for lacking transparency on who else may be affected. With staff members unable to speak to us at this uncertain stage in the negotiations, a few student activists have taken it upon themselves to voice their feelings.
What it feels like to me as a student who's not even on an affected course, it just feels like a complete just abandonment of the human element of things.
Like, they don't care about academic excellence. They don't care that these courses put out so much quality research output.
There are some members of staff here that have worked here, since before all of us lot were born.
Yeah.
A lecturer that I know is having to write, here's what I've done, here's a list of kind of my accomplishments whilst being here, which is just so kind of dehumanising, just kind of that kind of lack of respect.
These cuts that seem to pay little regard for academic achievement are happening at the same time as a multi-million-pound campus overhaul, leading to questions as to where the priorities truly lie.
These new buildings are costing the university at least £60 million, while the nearby residential is costing a further £76 million. When both are set to open its doors later this year, it would host state-of-the-art facilities just for 2 courses that no longer will exist.
We've been doing so much to try and raise awareness, try and get the administration to take action, take back the cuts.
Despite their best efforts, these student protests are met with stubborn silence.
Today is going to be the last Save Our Lecturers protest.
Both from the Vice-Chancellor group and seemingly the majority of Brookes students who remain indifferent to the cuts.
Good example, no one's paying attention. It's just a fact. People just don't care.
We have followed Save Our Lecturers as they now hold their protest outside the Vice-Chancellor's office. We have reached out to the Vice-Chancellor, but they have declined to comment.
Yet, when asked what keeps them going, it's the concern that the cuts won't just stop there.
And who knows, the people sitting in the libraries that we go to and protest, it could be their course as well. And I'm empathetic about that cause. I don't want other people to feel the same anxiety that I have.
This was originally organised as the final protest for Save Our Lecturers, but recognising that this fight was far from over, they promised to be back soon to pick up where they left off. This is Hans Hu for BrookesTV News.
Well, this is obviously a very important issue for all students, not just those affected by the course cuts themselves.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, so definitely an issue worth keeping an eye out for. We now turn towards Oxford's greenery as we set our sights on the city's much-loved parks.
Let us see what the proposed changes to the bylaws could involve.
On 12th of February, Oxford City Council launched a public consultation to change the bylaws in the parks. In the city of Oxford, there are a total of 130 parks and open spaces. This will potentially affect the cyclists, wild swimmers, and people who like to play football in the parks. These bylaws have not been amended in a very long time. There might potentially be a blanket ban over cyclists in the parks. which means the cyclists will no longer be able to take the bikes in the parks.
Why we want to remove these bylaws is, as a council, we are now promoting active living, so we are going back to the public to consult if residents can cycle through the parks. This is contentious, but some people would want to cycle in the park and some people wouldn't.
It's very disappointing knowing that many students commute here every day, and not even students, of course. And I see a lot of cyclists here, so I don't think it's fair. While from what I know, the city aims to be a city for cyclists, and they would close a commuting line for many people. I don't think it's fair.
The councillor also mentioned some more activities that might potentially be prohibited soon. Let's see what they are.
Other things that we want, why we are introducing the bylaws, is to enforce or restrict or consult on, for example, unauthorized stay in our parks, without authorization overnight, for example. Also, the use of metal detectors, for example, in our parks. The unauthorized use of drones. So we want to enforce and control.
Furthermore, the councillor shed light on how the consultation is in the process. The consultation is open for the people of Oxford on the City Council's website.
The consultation is live, which means if you go on the website today, you'll be able to input. But we also have to consult our stakeholders, like the cycling group organization, councillors. So we've got, in addition to everyone, we also have stakeholders, or what we describe the main park users. And obviously, when you are drafting the bylaws, it's in conformity of the law. So some of the questions in there are just too ambiguous, but we have to do that because we want to align ourselves or to be in line with the law.
This is a chance for the people of Oxford to make their voices heard. If you have any concerns regarding the bylaws in the parks, visit the website and write it down there. This is Yash Murray from BrookesTV.
Oxford Kharkiv Association and Kharp organized an event showcasing the city of Kharkiv in peacetime and war. Aryaman Thakur has this report.
As we delve into the story of resilience of Kharkiv, the smart city of Ukraine, let's find out what role does Oxford play in supporting its journey of strength and renewal.
Oxford is one of the cities that has received the biggest number of Ukrainian refugees as a city, and Oxford University has provided a great support for Ukrainian scholars overall, and it's the unique warmth of people's and institutional hearts to help Ukrainians feel here at home, and people from Kharkiv are not the exception.
But what does all of this mean to a Kharkivian now staying in Oxford?
I am from Kharkiv. I care a lot about establishing the connections between this city and Kharkiv.
But in spite of everything thrown their way, Kharkivians stay optimistic.
It's a period of war and reconstruction. But how long will be reconstruction, we cannot know. Maybe it will be for 1 year, maybe for 100 years. So we have a lot of work and we will continue.
I'm really keen to understand more about Ukraine, learn more about Ukraine.
If they want to get in touch with us at Kharp, they can contact us on our website, kharp.com. So that's KHARPP.com. And we have both a newsletter, which we send out very regularly, and a how to donate section on our website where people can find out more about us.
We are amazed by your resistance and resilience.
Ukrainians come through who speak Russian, Ukrainian. There's a disconnect, so we kind of filled that linguistic disconnect, but also help raise money to help people get to safe places.
As Ukrainians continue to show their steadfast commitment to their state for political autonomy and territorial integrity, Oxford Kharkiv Association and Kharp stand firmly by their side. Oxford and Kharkiv, the two cities with long-time university traditions, stand together. This is Aryaman Thakur for BrookesTV.
Coming up,
will Oxford Brookes continue to dominate in the men's volleyball league?
and we find out what's buzzing at Gloucester Green Market. Hello and welcome back to BrookesTV News. I'm joined now by former Oxford Brookes student and musician Nick Fowler. Hello Nick, it's lovely to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be asked to be here. Brooks is a big part of my past.
Yes.
And yeah.
Let's start. The biggest news across Oxford Brookes right now is the course cuts, and it has affected the music department particularly. So what's your take on it?
Well, my first instinct was, it was sort of quite hurtful because I have a good relationship with the academics there and know them personally, and they've really sort of shaped my understanding of music and turned me on to a lot of new ways of thinking about music. And I was able to spend a lot of time practicing when I was an undergraduate back in 1999. So it's really shaped my kind of world, really. So when I heard, I was very sad about it. That was my first reaction, was a personal one, yeah. But then I understand, the world of higher education and financial pressures and the pressure from the government to higher education institutes. So my view on it now is a bit more measured, but at the same time, I think it's dangerous that universities are looking at the bottom line of individual courses, whereas I think education should be a holistic thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, senior management does say that it's because of the low number of students enrolling. But they've still built a facility for music. So is this justified?
I think it's dangerous to sort of cut off the humanities subjects like music, because there's a great book by Alan Kruger called Rockonomics, and it's about how music has a strange way of predicting the future, and things that happen in the music industries will be mirrored in like the wider economy. So to look at it in a short-term way and say that course isn't pulling in the numbers is, in the short term, might look good on the spreadsheet, in terms of income, but I think a dangerous game to play personally.
Right. Well, what do you think that there's the value of learning music at a university?
I think a lot of it is to do with your cohort and to learn from other people, because I was originally a sort of self-taught musician, and but there've been people at Brookes, such as Dr. Di Griffiths, Dr. Jan Butler, who have taught me things.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got. Thank you so much, Nick.
Sorry.
It's been great having you.
It's all right.
Coming up next, we have the exhilarating highlights from the BUCS men's volleyball finals, where Oxford Brookes took on the University of Derby. Will Brookes continue to dominate in the leagues, or will Derby stage a last-minute comeback in this nail-biting match?
Welcome, sports enthusiasts. Brace yourself as we dive into the action to witness the ultimate volleyball showdown between Oxford Brookes University versus University of Derby. This is an important fixture for the home team Oxford Brookes as they seek to top the league by winning this game. As the players prepare for the game and warm up, let's hear it from the coach himself.
Well, we went through to the semi-final of the cup last week, going through to the final. So yeah, we've been training pretty hard ever since they came back. Really, since the start of February, we've been doing pretty intensively going through. It's been a good season for us so far. We've worked a lot on that on the court, so that they're pretty aware of what we need to do. Hopefully that'll be, this is a big game for them. We win today, we win the league, so therefore we'll see what happens.
While the teams gear up for the first serve, the cheers echo through the stands as the supporters come together for a night of intense competition. In a commanding display, Oxford Brookes University dominates the first set against Derby. Precision blocks, teamwork, and a powerful performance leave the crowd in awe. Stay tuned as the volleyball action continues here at Brookes Sports Centre. In a nail-biting series, Oxford Brookes University seals a decisive victory, clinching the second and the third set against the University of Derby. The competition remained fierce, but Oxford Brookes' resilience and precision secured a solid 3-0 triumph. A spectacular performance that has left the crowd buzzing. With the team securing the top spot in the league, let's see what the players had to say.
Feels incredible. I mean, we've been working towards it for 2 years now, so I'm in my third year, and it's amazing to actually finally get into that first division. We came second in my first year. We were joint second in my second year, so just to finally push to that #1 spot is amazing. Next week we have the cup finals for our cup, so if we win that, then we'll have won both the cup and the league, which that'd be the icing on the cake. So got to look forward to next week before we finish. But just ending strong on our last league matches as well will also be good.
As the team celebrates, let's hear a few words from the captain himself.
It was amazing, I'm not gonna lie. It was a close game, to be honest. Although it was 3-0, they are very good. We lost last time to them 3-2, which was actually horrible. It was an away game, but I'm so happy.
It was very exciting, very loud, of course, which honestly is nothing new. And it just had a lot of energy. It had a really good vibe, so everybody was kind of feeling it, especially the players also playing. It was a great feeling.
After witnessing a fantastic game of volleyball, full of powerful strikes, strategic blocks, and electric atmosphere, the home team, Oxford Brookes University, took the game 3-0 against Derby, ending up winning the entire league. This is Chaitanya Amritkar, reporting live for BrookesTV, signing off.
What an exceptional performance by the Brookes team. But not only is Oxford famous for its streaming spires, it's also known for its variety of traditional markets, open throughout the year.
As the weather warms up, locals and tourists flock to Gloucester Green Outdoor Market to enjoy its variety of food and trendy clothing. Our reporter went to find out what makes people love this place.
Today I'm in Oxford at the Gloucester Green Market. It's a special place where you can buy fresh food and beautiful things made by locals. Let's find out what makes this market such a unique place for the people of Oxford.
Yeah, because the food's very diverse and it's all quite nice and it's different from what you would normally find on the streets of Oxford compared to this.
Thank you. It has enhanced the experience. Yes, so the customers come here, they eat, they relax, and then when they finish, they come and they shop with us. They are introduced to our store and they keep coming back. I think the two complement each other very well.
Unfortunately, I've noticed a change in the quality because obviously we've got an inflation in the UK now, so you can't really buy the products as well anymore, and they're more expensive. So it's a bit harder to have as good products. But some businesses are doing well in keeping the same level of goodness in their food. But yeah.
I think here you have concentrated many different varieties, so you can come here and choose, just turning around, not going, so far, so it's easier, that's it.
Just about the marketing, I like here because it's so live place and I really enjoy. So good, has a good smell every day. Any trader has a good food as well. I think so when the customers try about the food, and I saw about the customers, they really enjoy, and about my customers as well, always come back and they tell the nice food, thank you, it's good, and everybody try for the fresh food here.
Contrary to popular belief, street food stalls are not causing any interference to other retailers at the outdoor market. The businesses coexist peacefully here together and are thriving. This is George for BrookesTV.
And with that, we've come to an end of our scheduled programme for this edition. Thank you for tuning in. If it's more BrookesTV you're after, find us on the Oxford Brookes TDE YouTube channel.
We always appreciate hearing from our viewers, so feel free to reach out to us at brookestv@brookes.ac.uk. That is brookestv@brookes.ac.uk. Especially if you've got a new story you think we should be covering.
See you next time.
Goodbye.